Aloha. Welcome to paradise. Aiea, Hawaii, just outside of Honolulu and home of the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. A tremendous setting and a spectacular game that we have in store. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see, the number 16 team in the country, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Buffaloes will kick it off to get us underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors offense will get the first crack at it here. And these guys involve everybody in the passing game, and none more prominent than this big fella.
The quarterback knows he's going to be under duress in this game, so who do you look for? The tight end, and there aren't many better than this guy.
No, and just big bodies that you can miss a little bit high, and it really doesn't matter, but over the middle of the field, closer throws, so nice to have a security blanket with a great tight end.
On second down, just keeps firing. Quick strike complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
And the Rainbow Warriors are rolling down the field. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Meyer. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Finds a man in the middle. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Rainbow Warriors will have it first and 10. They keep attacking through the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Meyer. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the first down.
And another nice game by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack?
And it's picked off at the goal line. Got room on the return. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young.
On the ready. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got his man. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. And the Buffaloes want to crank the tempo.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Handoff from the gun. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like the boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw. Quarterback on the move, still looking. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And that one is picked off in the end zone. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed and with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job.
And he hauls it in inside the 30. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree. Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Quarterback saw a quick opening right over the middle of the field, so he spits it out to his slot receiver on the slant pass. Nice job.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He'll keep it himself. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On third down, going up top. It's complete to the left. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Hawaii!
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gets it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They're in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. They'll line up for a second down play. He's got his man.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Pulls and fires complete. And he slid through that attempt, and he's got room. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. And the Buffaloes are on the move. The run from the shotgun. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Fires to the right. It's caught. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Buffaloes want to pick up the tempo. Comes out throwing on first down. Finds his tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. And the Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
On the play. Brings up second down.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. Trying to get to it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Hawaii offense returns to the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make think you put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
On second down, looking again to throw. Makes the catch. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Find my guys quickly, know my matchups, get them the football, and let them do the rest. So many playmakers now in football. I'm trying to get it to him as fast as possible so he can do that right after the catch, make guys miss, make beautiful plays.
Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He'll pull it down. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
You just feel like throughout the course of this game, this guy's just going to have to make plays like this, right? Things aren't always going to be perfect, and protection's not going to be ideal. You're going to have to play with some effort, make some scrambles, make some things happen when plays break down, and at least try to put your offense in good positions. Wasn't able to get the first down there, but now he makes this decision a little more interesting here on fourth.
And the Rainbow Warriors looking to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets it out quickly. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. He knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's going to pass. The sure hands. It's Meyer. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. The Rainbow Warriors in the hurry-up. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Unleashes one deep. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Rainbow Warriors.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas is in front. They've played awfully well today in DKR. And while there's no Ricky Williams or Earl Campbell out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 10 over LSU. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Just a short pass to the tight end. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Now after the short completion, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Tight end finds a soft spot. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. And the Buffaloes line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Let's see what he can do with it. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, nice to see you actually showed up for today's broadcast in paradise, given all there is to do there in Honolulu. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's say aloha once again to the guys in... Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Rainbow Warriors will kick it away to crank up the second half. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think then if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. The Buffaloes will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Maybe picked up a couple, he's down at the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Fast motion from the offense. Looking to pass on second down. Buys a little time. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Makes the catch. It's Meyer. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. The Rainbow Warriors come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Going for the big play. And he's got it inside the 20. Touchdown Warriors! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Got his man quickly. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Brings up second down.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. They'll try to pop the draw. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Effective draw plays in the running game really begin with the quarterback. The quarterback's got to be a great salesman. You got to really make the defense think it's pass. You keep your eyes focused downfield until the last possible second, turn around and hand it off. And by that point, the defensive ends have rushed way upfield, and there's less bodies for the running backs to have to maneuver around before finally moving forward.
In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Power football with the run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. And the Buffaloes are moving quickly down the field. To the ground with the back. Running with power. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
On second down, he's looking downfield. He'll get rid of it. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup. And the Buffaloes come to the line in the hurry-up.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Off the play fake on first down. Looking down the middle. He caught it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. A 1st down run on the doorstep. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you've played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football, because it's a 2-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Got a man. It's Meyer. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the 1st down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance, and right here just chews up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And the Rainbow Warriors will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the tight end. Touchdown, Hawaii! And they take it in for 6 more points. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Guys, it is Hawaii who will carry the lead to the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Steps away. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the fourth quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
He's going to run it. At the 45 on his way. They finally corral him, and he turns that into a big gain and a first down. The Buffaloes are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man down the middle. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
First down for the offense.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. Into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Colorado.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
The Hawaii offense returns to the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't get on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Looking to go up top on first down. And he's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Hawaii. That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility. but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas is currently ahead early in this one in DKR, but they just haven't been able to separate themselves offensively. They're up by a field goal over LSU. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Dances away from the heat. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. Bunch formation for these receivers. He's back to throw on second down. Makes his connection. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And this defense has done such a great job. Another sack on the day. They forced an interception. They've been flying all over the field playing great defense.
Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. Coming after it. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. And the Buffaloes moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fires to the big fella. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Feeling some heat. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Caught. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. The Rainbow Warriors are threatening in the red zone. Motion from the offense. To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll try to run it in. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. On 2nd and goal, they believe he's got a nose for the goal line. Touchdown, Rainbow Warriors! And the pummeling has started. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's looking to throw it. Makes the grab down the middle. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Offense gets set for 2nd down. They're going to throw it again. Gets it out fast. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. And the Buffaloes getting set on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Dumps it to the back. Makes the grab over the middle. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab on the left. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job on it.
And a little too much adrenaline on that throw. Never gave his receiver a chance.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
He's got an open man, and he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bucs!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Here's the handoff. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the W.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.